Hello Virgo, welcome to your September reading. Happy birthday. Yay, it's our birthday month. I love my birthday. I don't normally do anything with other people. I actually take the time to just go and do my own New Year's resolutions. I spend a lot of time thinking about my past year and contemplating a lot of the things that I feel I genuinely want to do and accomplish in the upcoming year. So I hope that you take the time to feel out where your life is so that you can really harness the lessons that you've learned and project yourself into this period of acceleration of spiritual evolution. Enjoy your solar returns. And I gotta be honest, as contradictory as this may be, I have been struggling with your reading for 3 days. I want to start with you because it's your birthday, and yet I cannot get the message out, So we're going to try this for like the 4th time. See how this goes. But there's constricted energy, big time, coming out from you guys. There's nerves and anxiousness, and yet at the same time, the nerves and anxiousness is about you stepping into your power, probably for the first time in a really, really long time. So I'm shuffling and I get the Judgment card. It's a reminder to practice good judgment, as basic as that may sound and seem. It is basic. To practice good judgment, to begin to connect the dots. I feel as though Virgos have ghosts from their past kind of lingering. And there's potential for something to resurface this month. And you're going to be like, oh man, I thought I got rid of this. I thought I fixed this. I thought I got rid of this. I thought I was clear. I thought I was honest and authentic. And I thought that this person understood or this situation was rectified. I thought it was. And yet I feel like it's going to creep back up. And must be something that we just haven't quite learned yet. There must just be something that we just haven't quite put our finger on. And it's time for us to figure that out once and for all. It's time for us to graduate from this situation or this person. It's time to release ourselves. See, I have to just point this out. I know this is a new deck. I'm traveling and I forgot my cards, so I just went out to a psychic shop and bought some. But this is an image of Hermes, right? Mercury. And this applies for you because you're a Mercury ruled sign. And this is Mercury going into the underworld, and you can see kind of the upper world out there. This representing our psyche. We have the 2 pillars, as we see with the High Priestess card, between the conscious and the unconscious. The outer world versus the inner world. And here he is in the inner world. He has power over the ghosts. He has power over these sort of entities here, but he's still kind of entertaining them. So your inner self must have some kind of a message to give to Hermes, to give to you. It's a game of telephone. They have something that they need to say, right? He's there in your favor, by the way. He's there doing his job. He's in your employ right now. Seven of Cups. Let's pull out a couple more, shall we? Be careful about what you do with your power this month, and who you give power to and what you give power to. Because if you give your power to someone or something else, you're doing yourself a disservice. All right, here we have the 7 of Cups. Be careful of what people tell you. I don't think you're susceptible to any kind of deception unless you actually really want to be. Like if you're ignoring what Hermes has for you, what Mercury has for you, and you're just kind of brushing it under the rug, then you're at the potential for being deceived or being taken advantage of by something or someone, okay? Listen to your own gut. You know, you're good at that. You're one of the most intuitive, let's say one of the most intuitive of the zodiac. So, you know, listening to your intuition isn't foreign. It's not hard for you. It's part of who you are. Four of Cups represents detachment in the most positive sense. Detaching yourself from the situation and taking a beat, taking a moment to just really consider how you want to go about doing something. I feel a great deal of caution in your energy, but it's purposeful and powerful caution because you are treading, I don't want to say treading lightly. It's not like you're skirting any issues. It's not like you're trying to like sideswipe anything or sidestep an issue. You're happy to attack it head on. But you also are like being really sure that it's worth it. Being really sure that your words aren't just falling on deaf ears, that it's actually going to make some kind of a difference in something that needs to be different. You may take time to consult with friends because if you're feeling a little bit overwhelmed by like, which one do I choose? Which way do I go? It might be a good idea to get an outside perspective before you commit to any kind of pathway or any kind of decision. Suss it out, feel it out, make sure it feels right. Make sure it fits into your life path. You know? Because if there is something drudging up out from the underworld, from your inner and deepest, darkest psyche, that hasn't been resolved when you already thought it was, it's possible, like you're just going to be, you might be a little bit hard on yourself. Please don't be hard on yourself. There's really no need for that. It's possible that you're just going to be like, how do I get rid of this once and for all? See what else comes out here. 10 of Pentacles. Beautiful. See what else. Oh, and we got 2. Perfect. Hierophant reversed and the Ace of Wands reversed. Yeah, Ace of Wands reversed, of course, because of the caution that I just talked about. When the Hierophant comes out, in this card, he's representative of Chiron. But he is also a keeper of truth, as he does hold the scrolls here. And he is issuing a blessing. In a way, you seem to be reluctant to accept the blessing. You may be reluctant to accept the lesson, right? Because if you are, like I said, being hard on yourself, you can just berate yourself down to a pulp and there's, nothing beneficial that can come out of that. It is so critical that we ask ourselves what is in the best interest of our ultimate future self. Because what's really happening is your future self has carved out this path for us. I like to think of our lifetimes now. This is just kind of a weird image that I just kind of had this weekend, actually. I was like, it's not like we're moving forward like the blossoming of a rose. It's not really how our life goes. It's almost as though we're being sucked backwards. And our future self is like sucking you. I don't know how else how to describe it. It's like our life is almost like a vacuum. And we're absolutely being guided. And so to tap into that future self wisdom is very possible through the power of meditation, and through, even if you believe or if you participate in astral projection, it's very possible for you to tap in to that future self and connect with that future self and even have conversations with that future self and really say, how do I do this? How do I do it right this time? Because you're headed toward a Ten of Pentacles situation. I love this Ten of Pentacles here. There's so much love. There's wealth. There's comfort. There's abundance. This is the absolute in abundance in this tarot deck. And I think what you're asking is, how do I ensure that I get here? What do I need to do to accelerate this program? Like, come on, let's go. Let's get it over with. You know, let's get there. Let's figure it out. Let's not work backwards. Like, and it's okay to take the time now so that you don't need to redo it again later on. Oh, sorry. A lot of commotion going on. So that's what this is, the ultimate in our abundance. And as we have this Ace of Wands here, I think you very clearly see the world that you want, but you're just not ready to pull the trigger. Or perhaps that next step hasn't quite been laid out for you. I think you're waiting for Hermes to resurface from the underworld right now. And it makes sense with, you know, the Mercury retrograde in Leo, you know, being in your 12th house, coming up out from the subconscious now as it makes its way into your first house, it can become illuminated. So you're just sort of waiting for that message to become more concrete. And that's good. You know, it actually would be my recommendation anyway. I also feel like this is something that you need to do on your own. You can get advice from friends and, you know, spiritual leaders, teachers, professors, people that you respect. That's fine. You can do that. But ultimately, you need to tap in to your own healer, right? You need to tap into that wise man on the mountain yourself. You may be having a difficult time connecting with that wise man on the mountain. That part of you, that hermit part of you. Not saying you can't go hermit mode, but hermit mode must be purposeful. You can go hermit mode and accomplish nothing, or you can go hermit mode and, again, accelerate your spiritual practices. Become closer to the master from where you started as a lay person. Right? So you're somewhere in the middle. The goal is to get you closer to the master within yourself. And the star. Beautiful. I love this star. I'll show it to you in just a second. Oh, and Temperance. Oh my gosh, we're getting my two favorite cards in this whole deck. I don't really ever get excited about Temperance, but in this deck, I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm so thrilled that it made a presence with us today. And it's an honor to get this card, if I'm being honest with you. There's two rainbows here that come out. Rainbows being symbols of many things, of hope, of clarity, of our angels and our guardians watching us. Let's look at the star first. This is Pandora's box, right? What do we think Hermes is going to do, right? He's going to come up out of the underworld and he's going to release that stuff, you know, the insects. He's going to clean out the cobwebs there, and that's okay. We have to let it out. We have to allow for transparency within ourselves and authenticity, because without knowing what's down in the basement, we're not going to really know how to clean it up, you know? So Mercury's coming home. And it will give us the opportunity to see the things that need to be seen so that we can address them and we can fix them and we can rectify them once and for all. The star is an indication of hope. Hope more so than anything. There's significant spiritual receptivity with the star card as well, meaning you are vulnerable and attractive, I guess, to spiritual messages It's almost as though in a way you don't necessarily need to call upon them. They are just going to come to you. Because the Hermes energy knows that right now you're at the forefront of the zodiac. We've got the sun there in your sign. You're in the hot seat. You're in the highlighted position right now. And so you are the leaders. It's your turn to guide. And so if you guide through authenticity and transparency, it allows or enables other people to do the same as well. Now, Temperance. I don't know why. What I love the most about this card is the gold and silver cup representing the sun and the moon, and the masculine and feminine, and which we have here with the black and white pillars as well, the conscious and the subconscious, balancing and working together, where the conscious is feeding the subconscious, meaning you are actively going into the depths, whether you realize it or not, but you are actively going into the depths of your inner psyche to purposefully bring that stuff out. So it can no longer be confusing. So you can no longer have to feel like you're making the wrong decision anymore. Again, Seven of Pentacles. There is a lot of stagnation here, but I really think it's okay. I'm not worried about it because it's going to afford you the opportunity to feel certain. And when a Virgo does things and is not certain, they can turn into that worry wart, like, oh my God, did I do the right thing? And you can constantly be back and forth, and you can even do like buyer's remorse kind of thing. So it's better for you to be certain. And right now with the Seven of Pentacles, it is about analysis. It's about looking at what's in front of you. It's about seeing the world as your mirror, really looking into your reflection and really saying, how do I need to be the best that I can be so that it not only impacts me and my world, but it impacts all the people that I love as well. The true understanding of how your frequency resonates and permeates through any and all that you contact. I think you're accepting a lot of responsibility here, Virgo. I think that's what's happening is you are in some way taking it upon your shoulders to be the man on the mountain for other people as well. And you're stepping into some kind of purpose, and we all have been stepping into purpose with this eclipse season. We all have been asking ourselves how we contribute to this kind of new earth that's kind of coming online now, which we're seeing unfolding right before our eyes rapidly. Let's see what else. I don't know why I'm getting that this Ace of Wands is actually a person, because there's a person here. I don't know why he's sticking out at me, so let me speak to that in a moment. Because it's possible you're dealing with someone, maybe a fire sign, Aries, Sagittarius, Leo, or someone that is kind of embodying those qualities right now. And in a way, I feel as though you may be waiting for them to do something as well, and they're not doing it. I'm sensing immaturity here. Someone that might be more prone to acting upon their more base and carnal desires rather than taking their spiritual development seriously, which is common, right? It happens all the time. And you may need to be leading by example right now. For some reason, I'm seeing that. You being the leader here. We'll clarify that in the comprehensive. Strength reverse. For the first row, clarifying the second is the Devil. Makes sense. And then, oh, we got 2. Clarifying the fourth or the third row, which is 3 of Swords and Page of Pentacles reversed. Okay, so, well, Strength, reverse. Actually, the Devil and Strength go well together because they both speak to our kind of beasts. The Strength card reverse, you, again, 7 of Cups, there could be some kind of manipulation going on that you're trying to really detach yourself from, or you're afraid of being susceptible to some kind of manipulation. You may be having a difficult time controlling the things that are surfacing, which is why the power of the mind is so critical right now, which is the good thing that Judgment and Hermes himself is coming out upright because he's working in your favor. You're going to have the ability to analyze, also seen with the 7 of Pentacles, to really analyze what's unfolding in front of you. And so if you feel as though you are in a position of weakness, my recommendation to you is to just step back, to eject yourself a little bit and just not participate as much as possible, and take as much time as you need to ensure that you say the right things, to stand up for yourself, to not get sucked into someone else's BS, to not feel obligated for something that you don't really want to do, and just don't allow that pressure to happen. I think you're a little bit slippery this month, Virgo. People aren't going to really be able to grab hold of you the way they normally can. You're going to be an untouchable, okay? And as we get the Devil coming out, goes well with Judgment, Hermes going down there, you know. But the thing with the Devil, it is so easy and so hard to step away because it can be addictive in nature. Unfortunately, the Devil is upright and the Hierophant is reversed, which tells me that the Devil's kind of winning this battle. But it doesn't have to. I suspect if you are dealing with someone that they are quite loud, quite egoic, forceful, they could really be pushing, and there could be an element of guilt that comes out from them, which can revert you right back to where you found yourself several years ago, or last year, or 10 years ago, however long ago. You're like, man, I really thought that I got rid of this. Right? What did I say in the beginning? Be careful. I feel like there is someone deceptive around you. And I feel that their intentions are selfish. So if you are on the path to abundance and you're wanting to accelerate your path to abundance, now is not the time to just give to someone because, like I said, because you're feeling pressured or whatever. I don't know that they're being honest with you. I don't know that they are truly disclosing everything. Intuitively, you'll know that. Intuitively, you'll feel it. But now is time for you to find peace within yourself with the Temperance. Now it's time for you to do things just for you. And if you have a significant other, if you have a business partner, you have someone important in your life, it's not necessarily, they may or may not necessarily be a part of this. You know, like if you have a significant other, this could be someone else. Oh man, I feel like there's more with this 3 of Swords that's not coming. See, what is going on with your energy? Like, what is it that's blocking? I mean, this reading has been really blocked. Really, really blocked. And I have spent the past 3 days coming to the cards, and the Devil keeps coming out time and time again. 4 of Cups keeps coming out time and time again. Same with Judgment, same with Ace of Wands reverse, same with Temperance and the Star. I mean, these are all, I'm not even surprised at this reading. 3 of Swords has come out twice. So like this message is, definitely always what comes out. So it's not like it's changing on a day-to-day basis. It's the same. But you're going to need to really identify what it is that's going on in your life that is really trying to keep you at this devil situation. And what it is in your mind that is making you so afraid to move on. What is it that's making you so afraid to leave this devil in the past and to never look back? It's going to vary for all of you. Why is it that you're feeling weak? You know, I went to a conference this weekend and there was a woman there who has like 5 black belts. Her name's Elizabeth Wilcock, and she has 5 black belts in the martial arts, different various studies. And she was talking about Aikido, and one of her masters said, it has this sort of mantra, and it says, fill yourself with power and invite the attack. And I feel like that's what you're trying to do, is to fill yourself with power so that you can invite this attack and just be like, let's finish this. But you're going to have to figure out how to fill yourself with this power. You know, you're going to have to figure out what needs to be done internally to feel ready to fight like that. Because right now I'm feeling a feeling of weakness, but it's not. It's an illusion. It's something that you're creating in your own mind. You're not really weak. You're not really fearful. It's just that's the energy that you're allowing to surface. And so that's what Hermes is going to come up and tell you. He's going to say, this is why you're allowing yourself to be ruled by fear, or this is why you're feeling weak right now. This is why you're having a difficult time contacting that inner wise man on the mountain, or wise woman on the mountain. This message is important. It's going to be prominent. It's going to be obvious. It's going to be loud. You can't miss it. All right, so don't be afraid of not connecting with it, because it's an inevitability. All major arcana are inevitabilities. Okay? There's a lot of reason to be hopeful, a lot of reason to be optimistic. There's a lot of reason to set the bar so high for yourself, because it's possible that you could actually attain those things. Okay? All right, Virgo. I'm going to leave you there. If you want to join me for the comprehensive reading, there's a lot to cover. Hierophant, the Devil, Strength Reverse, the Star, 3 of Swords, 4 of Cups. Okay, all these are probably 7 of Cups. Maybe not that one. 7 of Cups probably. Alrighty. I will see you there. Thanks so much, guys. Bye-bye.